I played in a band with my now ex. I played in two, and I'll never do it again. I love playing in bands with women and shit like that. I've been doing that since what, 2004, 2005? So 21 years, something like that. That I've been jamming and playing in bands with women. That's no problem to me. I don't care about that. But back when SGS was around, right? Once we got together, once we were a, solid thing, I let everyone know, flat out, this is what the rules are. Anybody leaves a band, it's done. Period, bar none. These songs are done, they can never be used again. By anybody. This band's done, it's done. And there's a reason I knew I had to do that. So, the band's still together. Me and my ex are still together. We aren't doing well. We haven't done well for years. We actually hated each other. Yeah. I think that's the best way to put it. She openly hated me. I openly hated her. And now I don't hate her because I don't know her anymore. It's over a decade ago. You get what I mean? But I knew that it was going to come to an end. And then once she brought in somebody else to live with us, I knew where it was going to go. So the practice started drying up, which I expected, and I called a few off. I didn't want the band to end, but I knew what was going to happen. So the relationship ends, and I hear within the next few months from the singer that she's trying to put the band back together without me. That she thinks her or her boyfriend can play the stuff I wrote. So she didn't want to give up the popularity she had, and she hasn't played in a band since. She doesn't make music as far as I know. She's done with all that shit. So when you do anything artistic and it's yours, you decide how much ownership you have over it. Either take it or don't. Not everyone's going to try to snake you. Okay? They aren't, but there are a lot of people that are going to try to snake it, get on stuff and all that. There's other bands that I've done stuff with that I was even a member with for a short period of time that put out an album and used my lyrics or whatever, that give me more credit than some people that I was cool with to that extent for half a decade. You get what I mean? And that goes with anything. If you want another kind of guy that wants things to be known, where it's like, hey, it was me, whatever. I really don't care when it comes down to that. But if it's something that I make like that, I'm not trying to say, hey, give me the credit for it. But if you're taking the credit for it and it isn't yours, I'm coming for your ass. I'm going to let people know. And I'm not the nice kind of person. I'm scorched earth. You come and try to, yeah, that's just how I am. My brother likes to say it's the Detroit in me. Like, nah. If you pay me a little less, cool. Because I don't work in guarantees. Fine, don't care. Whatever else, but that's one thing you aren't going to do. Because here's how it really broke down. I wrote every song, she wrote one bass line. I wrote all the guitar to all the songs. So you're going to try to take over all the songs that we had when we were done. We stopped writing music for 6 months. Okay? We were only together 2 years. That band was only together 2 years. We stopped writing for a quarter of it and had over 30 songs. Alright? Another thing that I've learned, another lesson. To one of her little buddies, somebody that she had a crush on and everything else. Maybe they were doing something and I hope they were. Because I really don't care. I didn't care then, I don't care now. What I care about is we had stuff on the table. We were supposed to be putting out split CDs, a split 7-inch, and a full length. right? That's what we had slated for us. That's what we could get down, and that's what I had my name on. I had my name on every one of those deals. And they weren't really deals. It was just, hey, we want to do this together. We'll print up our copies. You print up yours. Besides with the 7 inches, we're just going to give you some. We're going to put you on this thing. Great. Would have done it in a heartbeat. So we go to this little slimy bastard's place. We record some of the stuff. He's recorded stuff for himself, for others, and everything else, but he's an alcoholic. And a bad one, too. Very emotional. I'm not even going to say emotional. Very depressed. All the time. And just what we could have recorded in less than 3 hours took us 3 different attempts and me paying him to make it business to keep all this wishy-washy shit out. That stuff never got done recorded. That's it. It's never going to be out because we never finished it. Compared to a guy that I paid $12 a song for the demo. We got 8 songs done in a few hours, and that's with me messing up a little bit. So, just because something looks cheaper or free or whatever the hell the deal is, that doesn't mean to go for it. Because it's like people say about drug dealers or whatever, having a hangover at their place way too long. Well, that's what I felt like. We're here way too long. We've been here 2 hours, and none of us have played a note. You haven't hit record on that. You barely placed a microphone. Time's important, man. We only get so much on this planet. So, I've always been the kind of guy where it's like, I'm either going to go to someone I trust, or I'm going to do it myself. And that's what helped solidify it. I have not been back in the studio for one of my own projects since. Hopefully that'll happen again at some point. But to be honest with you, that was enough to make me really went away from music. Now, I did one little band, started another band after that, I should say, and jumped out after a few months. I love the people involved, played one show, just I wasn't in the right mindset for it at that point. That's just what the fact of the matter is. But with music, there's a lot of upside, there's a lot of good side, there's all that, but there's a lot of bad too. And that's with everything. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm the kind of guy where I can't do it all myself. I'm not the best at recording stuff and all that. I'll probably get better at it, but at this point, I know I'm better at playing. I just want somebody that can be like, hey, here's the sound that you made, here's the sound that came out. Are the levels okay? Good. If they're fine, that's it. They work for me, that's it. I want the live performance, I don't want the polished bullshit anymore. You can polish it up all you want. I want that rawness, I want that realness from anything I make. If I make a mistake and I barely catch it, guess what? You aren't going to. More than likely, and if you do, good on you. You know what I'm saying? Life's too short, and I'm not trying to make everything all pretty. If I was, I wouldn't be playing punk and hardcore. I wouldn't be playing, folk. I don't care about pretty. I don't care about aesthetics. I don't care about imagery. I care about it being an outlet. That's it. That's what music is to me when I make it, period. I'd rather make it than, practice it. At this point, I'd rather just write an album's worth of material, record it, put it out, and not do a show. I've done enough shows. They're fine. They're good. They're cool. I'd do another one. I don't ever need to do one again. You know what I mean? I've been around enough shows and everything else. And it's not... The shows have been fine. Shows usually don't pay a lot for somebody like me. They can, and everything else. Like, I've had some pretty good paydays on some nights. But honestly, how it used to be is we'd play with the same bands all the time, at the same places all the time, due to certain people booking shows all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, it's the exact same lineup that we played with 2 months ago at the exact same place. Wait, check the date. Make sure the date's not the exact same too. You know what I mean? So that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for my mental health. I'm not doing it for any other reason. I don't write happy songs. I don't write love songs. I don't write songs about people being happy. I don't write party music. I don't write funny songs. Really, I mean, every once in a while, maybe. But that's not what happens. And that's not whatever's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, there you go. I know, kind of a tangent, but